Running a few team games with Croat, and we're starting off in pinball. I'm rocking my usual loadout, so I'm using the Ultra Select as my primary blaster, with the Revonix as backup, and using the Cyclone Shock for its plus 20% rate of fire boost to all blasters. Croat's rocking that Stratahawk today, which is a rapid strike reskin, and that has a stunning ability. Also using a Dreadbolt. Got this double crusher coming down the centre of the right hand flank, and they get taken out. So you saw them getting stunned, that's the Stratahawk doing that. So we've got more coming down the same side, so just taking them out one at a time. And now we are gaining control over the centre of the battlefield. You can see the opponents are already starting to spawn in dribs and drabs, so we're not getting a coordinated push from them. Got another double crusher to deal with here, and they've actually got the shield, so I've had to fall back a little bit. The shield shouldn't be up for too long, down it goes, and we get the kill, and we get the bonus kill. Lovely. So Croat's grabbed the tokens, so we can just push forward again. You see we've got the bot on the front side using that shotgun blaster. Always forget the name of it. The one with a very heavy knockback, it's nice, and you see the knockback there taking place, sending that double crusher flying all the way back to their own base, and I'm just making use of those long lines of sight and the accuracy of the select, laying down plenty of fast, heavy fire against our opponents. Very nice so far. Don't see much of the Stratahawk in use these days. I don't know if Croat's just doing it to complete one of the quest lines or what. But it's interesting to see it being used. I've not leveled mine up yet, so I've not managed to have a look at it, whether on video or otherwise. But it is something that I've got on my to-do list. Obviously, always on the grind for coins, need more and more coins. My priority at the moment though is getting the Nitro Blaster to level 12, so I can unlock that super perk. And then soon I'll get it to level 14, because I'm going to use that in place of the Ultra Select on the zombie maps and the cactus maps. Basically anything where you're dealing with swarms, I'd rather have the Nitro than the Ultra Select, just because of its ricochet ability. I doubt it's going to replace the Select in pinball mode though. The Ultra Select I think is my single favourite blaster in the game at this point. Revonix obviously gives it a bit of a run for its money, but it's just not as good. And to be honest, none of the other blasters really are. This is the quintessential accuracy and damage blaster. You've got a decent HP pool. This is like the M16 of the Nerf world, I think. Or at least in this game it is. In real life, the Ultra Select is nothing to write home about. It was a gimmicky blaster that didn't really see any sort of play within the world of Nerf competitions. Saying that, neither does the Revonix, which we're rocking at the moment. But I did buy a Revonix, and I bought about 1,000 discs to go with it, just so that I could take it to some Nerf wars and just kind of represent the Nerf Superblast community and have a bit of fun in the process. In real life, the Revonix takes a long time to load up. It doesn't fire nearly as quickly. It does have a ricocheting ability, but obviously they don't just lock onto where the opponents are. And it's very, very loud as well. It's one of the loudest blasters I've ever heard. Like when you prime it, it also rotates the barrel. It's just a big, heavy, clunky noise of a blaster. All in good fun though. I did also buy myself an Ultra 2 just to use as a side blaster, mainly just because it's cool to load from the back, you know, it's just fun. So you can see there, total domination, just spawn killing people with the Revonix. I know it's not a fun way to play, but it is effective. Have you got any blasters that you would like me to showcase? Obviously I've got certain ones already leveled up, which I could quite easily switch to. I've been featuring the Boom Dozer and the Ultra Speed a little bit recently. But if there's any specific blasters you want me to work on, I can level them up and I can make videos about them. Although I learned from doing the Boom Dozer video that it can take a lot longer than anticipated to actually get those blasters fully upgraded to level 14 with all the relevant perks and things unlocked. I might do a few games with the Ultra 1 later in the week. That was a blaster that I always kind of enjoyed and never really got to put to much use. It's something I was trying to unlock from early on. Because of that healing ability that it's got and its reload trick, it does make it one of the more interesting blasters. It just doesn't quite have the damage that it needs for the abilities it's got. You need really to use a damage boosting card with it, ideally. It absolutely slays in zombie modes and also against the cactus. Anything where it can just get a lot of kills in quick succession, because it's continually healing you up and reloading itself. There are times where I've used it on the zombie maps where I've not had to reload at all. You just stand there just taking them out one at a time as they come at you. Yeah, it's really quite cool. And what about the Ultra Strike, the blaster that came out in the previous Battle Pass? There was a little bit of hype around it when it first came out, probably just because it had been that long since we'd had a new blaster. But it's really not made any impact onto the meta at all. You still see people playing with it, but it's never worrying when you come up against it, even though it's got that gradually increasing amount of damage it does. Yeah, it just never really seems to be something to worry about. So Ultra Strike, bit of a flop, probably. That invisibility doesn't really... It's not good enough to make it worth playing, in my opinion. I've obviously done videos in recent past on the Rev Reaper. That's a really fun blaster, although it takes quite a lot of work to build it up. To be using that, you want to be in pinball, and really you want to be in pinball with some human teammates so that you're not having to take all of the flak from the bots while that's loading up. I do not have a Dreadbolt, so I can't do any videos on that, but I do have the others in the zombie lines. The Brain Saw's okay, but not great. Ghoul Grinder I might take up to level 14 at some point just to mess around with it in zombie mode, but not really something I'm that interested in using for 3v3 or for pinball. I would like to do a video on the Double Punch if I ever unlock that. It's one of the few blasters I've not got unlocked yet. It's nothing. I don't know how amazing it is in this game. In real life, the Double Punch is such a fun blaster. Really cool, interesting gimmick. It's fun to use. It makes a hell of a whir as well, because as you can imagine, it's got absolutely massive flywheels because it has to deal with 2 darts rather than 1. So yeah, that's fun. I do have the Motor Blitz, but I've done nothing with that. Again, another blaster that's very fun to use IRL. In this game, it's got 2 fire modes. You've got the shotgun blast, or you've got its regular shooting mode. I don't see a lot of people using the Motor Blitz, and again, when they come up against it, it's not that worrying. But if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing a video on in the future, let me know. I'm not prioritising leveling it up because I don't really care about the Elite 2.0 perk unlocks, but it is something I can work on if people want it. I probably will do the Rex Rampage and the Triceratops just for shits and giggles over the coming year. I'm not going to prioritise either blaster, but they are both kind of cool as a concept. The Stego Smash I don't really give a crap about, and it's yeet people into the air ability. It just isn't that great. Now if it yeeted them and sent them flying a distance as well, that might be a bit more interesting, but just sending them up into the air, that doesn't really do anything. So yeah, probably won't work on the Stego Smash. So you can see rocking the Rivonics on the old dungeon at the moment, and we're just going for the usual hit the backboard. Working very effectively. Again, nothing I need to worry about there. I feel like for 3v3 there's not a great deal that you need to take into account in terms of tactics and blasters. It's fairly straightforward. Kill people quicker than they kill you. In terms of other content, if you'd like me to cover more of the events and things, let me know. I do occasionally get questions asked to me by people about how to best approach these events. The thing is, I've got quite a few videos on this channel explaining how to participate in these events already, so I don't necessarily just want to make strategy videos for them, because all I'm going to be doing is repeating myself over and over again. But if there's specific angles about it that you want exploring, let me know. Or if you want me to explore these modes without relying on the Rivonics, because I know a lot of people don't have a Rivonics, again, that's something I could always do when the time comes around. You know, this stuff needs to be led by you. If you want me to talk more about the game in general, or you'd rather me focus on specific game strategy, I'm open to it. Just let me know what you want me to do. Otherwise, I'll just keep making videos where I waffle on about whatever the hell is on my mind on that day. I am also trying to put a few new AI songs together for my videos. I tend to use the same few over and over again, as you would hear, including this song that's now become my kind of signature sound for the channel. The problem with these AI songs is that for every decent one that you produce 5 or 6 just utterly unlistenable crap ones. Although the program that puts them together, Suno, it does seem to be improving. So I am making a few of those in the background, so keep your eye on the channel for some custom AI made Nerf Superblast music videos. Probably dropping in the next couple of weeks. It's fairly easy to get the video footage to make to go under them. It's harder getting a few songs together that I actually want to feature on the channel. And then obviously you have to try and time those songs to matches. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Short video today. Thank you for watching. See you soon.